Some news about the Duskbloods. We've been covering this. We're primarily a From Software channel. I mean, that's like the core of everything we do here is the From Software Souls games. And we got some news here recently from a Chinese journalist, which this Chinese journalist is actually renowned, well, not renowned, but known for leaking stuff on the lead up to Elden Ring. And everything that this journalist leaked on the lead up to Elden Ring turned out to be true. So we do have some credibility here. And the latest information about the Duskbloods, which it's been really weird. It's been like radio silence on the Duskbloods ever since the announcement. We haven't heard hardly anything about it except for one IGN interview with Miyazaki after the game was announced. But on this article here, this is GoNintendo.com here. Headline: From Software has spent more time honing the Duskbloods gameplay than any title in their history. So if you scroll down here a little ways, it'll say a Chinese journalist famously leaked legitimate info about Elden Ring prior to the game releasing, and that same journalist is back with some inside info on the Duskbloods. Here's what they had to say on this upcoming Switch 2 exclusive. So first things first, been in development since 2019. So that would mean that this game, if this turns out to be true, that means that this game was in development alongside Elden Ring. Elden Ring came out in 2022. So this would have started right after Sekiro's launch, essentially, and would have been being developed alongside Elden Ring. That's interesting. From Software has spent more time developing the gameplay for the Duskbloods than any previous title. The Duskbloods was greenlit even earlier than the marketing period for Sekiro's release. So that's pretty. That's a question mark there. The game reportedly contains many innovative elements. The dev team is very proud of their work on the title. The journalist speculates that the Duskbloods gameplay is so innovative that it might influence future developers. So some very interesting things there. And listen, I've been a realist when it comes to the Duskbloods. There's a lot of people hating on the Duskbloods because it's a Switch 2 exclusive. It's another multiplayer title instead of a Souls-like. So, there's lots of things that people are disliking about it. But I've said from the beginning, I don't like that it's on Switch 2 either. I would rather it be on more than just the Switch 2. I don't like the Switch 2. And I do think that it would have been a better decision for them to make another Souls-like title, another Souls game, and then maybe do the Duskbloods after that. Give us some space between Night Rain and the Duskbloods, two kind of, niche experiments. But I've said from the very, very beginning, Miyazaki is not a guy you want to bet against when it comes to making games. He's just not. And Demon Souls was an experiment in and of itself, and it birthed an entire subgenre. So if he has been, and keep in mind, he is the lead developer, he is the director of the Duskbloods. If he's been working on this game since 2019, which would be 6 years at this point, are we really going to sit back and look at the body of this man's work and say to ourselves that with that much time, he's cooking up a flop? That this is not going to be a banger? I can't say that. I just can't say that. I think it's going to be amazing. Is it going to be on Switch 2 only? Yes. Does that suck? Yes. But it sounds like what they have coming, what they have being put into this, the time they put into it, the gameplay design that's gone into it, we could see something that's like another revolutionary evolution in the Souls-like genre, and and like it says in the article, could influence future titles. We know that they have another video game in development now that's a secret title they haven't even announced yet. And there's a lot of speculation that it could be a Dark Souls 3 remaster, could be Dark Souls 4, could be Armored Core, a lot of different things it could be. But, these future titles that From Software is going to make, is the Duskbloods going to play a role in that? We don't know, but this is some very interesting info. And in my opinion, at least, this gives us a lot of hope for the future of the Duskbloods and From Software in general. Feels like they're cooking up something really special. I'd rather just be on the GameCube. A GameCube exclusive. We need a GameCube exclusive for sure.